Hello guys, NautoAis here, and I want to give my thoughts on this long overdue topic that I am interested in, that is silhouette surprises on Season Pass. So I've been following the video game when they come with Season Pass. Depends on which company, oftentimes they'll even do a surprise silhouette Season Pass. So you'll have a Season Pass that'll introduce, but they're not going to tell you what's included, that you just have to basically bet it's going to be good or bad. And the majority of people, including myself, don't like that. It's not a fan of it. Street Fighter used to do it. Tekken, definitely, but not anymore, to something in the future. SNK, I think in the past they used to do it, but not anymore, because a lot of people, the majority, don't like the idea of surprise characters or any season pass surprises. The minute you announce a season pass, they want what's in the season pass. Please be transparent. Tell us everything so we can make our decision. Not like, oh, maybe I'll take a risk. Oh, it's really that bad. I want my money back. Oh, wait, you can't because it's a DLC. In the past, they've been doing that, but lately they've been going 180 and not doing it. Street Fighter 5, heck, even with Street Fighter 6 with Capcom, they don't do it anymore. Even with SNK. In the beginning with King of Fighter 15, a lot of people wasn't that keen about it. Then later on they said, okay, we hear you. We won't ever do any more surprise reveals. It's going to be from the get-go when we mentioned about Season Pass. That's why with Fatal Fury, Seed of the Wolf, they reveal all 5 characters going to be for the DLC Season Pass. Props to them. And now, Tekken to some extent are following suit. Yes, granted, with Hunter x Hunter, the fighting game, they're doing surprises, but I think they're going to change in the long run. Heck, like I said, Guilty Gear's not doing it anymore. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, they're not doing it anymore. The majority of company, and yes, I am focusing on fighting games. I know to some extent other companies are also doing the same thing, but that's my point of interest. They're not doing it anymore. And like I said, Tekken's going to be the key point here, because this one I'm going to be talking about. Even Harada said that in the future, maybe with Season 3, they're no longer doing it anymore. So what's happening? A lot of complaints happening. So Steam already did talk about it like in a couple of months ago, that their new terms of service is when you offer a Season Pass, you have to be transparent. Yet there is sort of a loophole to some extent about it. Because what Steam stated about the Season Pass rule is that you can't be, you'll find out once it comes out. You have to let them know at least what it is. Either like, there'll be like gun pack, stage pack, power-up pack, or a character pack. Like, you have to say something what's included for that Season Pass. So when it comes to fighting games, to some extent, they just say that, it's going to be a new fighter, old fighter, like that. To some extent, to be transparent, but they never said any specific like who the character is going to be. That's up to the company themselves, but they know the majority of consumers don't like that. So thoughts about that? First, awesome, great. I always like transparency. They should do that. Hopefully, if Nintendo with Super Smash Bros. Or the Switch, to whatever it is, could be new Smash Bros., could be not, that they're not going to do a silhouette surprises. However, the key point here is that since Smash Bros. Is a Nintendo exclusive, it's only in the Switch, Nintendo probably doesn't need to follow the policy rule. Again, if you're putting Season Pass on Steam, you have to be transparent. Are you going to put Super Smash Bros. Game on Steam? Probably not. If they did, then that'll be a different story. But for that, well, that'll be another day. But we'll just have to wait and see once the Switch is out, Nintendo Direct's already out or whatever. But for now, let's just focus on Tekken 8. Because what happened was, at first, when they introduced Season 2, it was only Anna and a bunch of question mark. People didn't like it. So Harada kind of fixed that, and he did address it. So first of all, props to him. That I'm surprised. I thought that Namco preferred to be surprised because they think that's what beneficial with the consumer. But apparently, credit to Harada and Michael Murray, they don't really care either way. They just thought that people like surprises, but seeing that a lot of people said, no, we don't want surprises. The announcement for that one is that starting, I guess, with Season 3, they are going to reveal all the characters from the get-go once they announce it. That's probably going to be January of 2026. They're barely starting with Season 2, and of course, how about the controversy with the game itself? That's a different story. Why they did it? Who knows? Maybe business, marketing, casual, cater to the casual. I don't see any problem with that, but that's a different story there. So with that said, Tekken 8. So as of right now of this recording, they reveal already 3 characters going to be on Season 2, and they're going to reveal 1 character probably later on, maybe in EVO 2025 right now. But yes, they are being more transparent. So what you're seeing here is the current status of the Tekken 8 Season 2 character in Stage Pass, or some do that also. So of course, Anna's already coming out. I guess June or July is going to be the Pac-Man stage. I did talk about that before in a Evo video. And then Fakuram's going to be this summer. I know it's going to weird why him, but whatever. And then when they did the Fakuram trailer, in the end they reveal another character. And yes, you see here is Armor King. I'm going to guess probably going to be fall. And at least they're being transparent with what the next character is. It's going to be a new character, a Tekken original. So key point there, it is going to be Tekken original. It's not going to be a guest character this time around. And another stage if you're picking the character in Stage Pass. But if you just want the characters, you already have to have the 4 characters being revealed. So whoever this new character is, you just have to find out soon enough. But yes, so we are going to be more transparent this time. Props to Harada. I like that. So hopefully in all to the fighting games, to any company doing Season Pass, it's always better to be transparent for what they get rather than, oh, we have to wait and see. And hopefully Smash Brothers for the Switch 2, they'll do the same too, but that'll be a different story there. So props to Harada and Michael Murray for this one. Yeah, so awesome for what they did that one. So yeah, so as of right now, these are the characters you're going to see. So with that said, I'm going to add a bonus here since we're talking about Tekken 8, is that I want to address something that during what happened in Tekken 7 with the Roger Jr. controversy. So here's the backstory of what happened is in Tekken 7, there was some talk that people wanted Roger Jr. to be in Tekken 7. And Harada, in an interview, I guess at the time he didn't understand the culture or the situation. And I guess the politics was still probably in the toddler stage to some extent. I'll talk about it later. And he did say that, well, chances of Roger Jr. is going to be in Tekken 7 is going to be slim because he mentioned a viral video where a man trying to save his dog because the kangaroo was bear hugging the dog, if I remember. And the guy punched the kangaroo, and Harada talked about it. And for that particular viral video, the story behind that is that there were some, I guess I'm going to go with activists. They got so mad, they demand the guy to be arrested because he punched a kangaroo, cruelty to animal. I mean, it's 50-50. I mean, the kangaroo was trying to bear out the dog. I don't know if it's dangerous or not, what the kangaroo is doing. Again, I don't know the whole story, but Harada mentioned that particular video, which is, again, I hate to say it, that was a political video to some extent because people were basically demanding for the guy to go to jail for animal cruelty, even though he's trying to save his dog. But again, you be the judge of that, not touching that. And I kind of called him out on that on Twitter, and a lot of people did. And at the time, he was just trying to be respectful to the fans and just responding. I kind of went too far a bit, and I did a video on that particular topic. So I'm going to play the video here, and then I'll give my thoughts about the whole situation. Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this is actually going to be an apology video to the creator of Tekken, Katsuhiro Harada. And the reason why I'm doing this apology is if you heard the news about Roger Jr., that controversy, then you know what I'm talking about. I'm not really going to talk in details about this, but let's just say, even after reading a lot of the article about it, I sort of came to the conclusion what most people said, and I sort of jumped the bandwagon. But then later on, I saw a video from Sensor Gaming. They sort of also had the same conclusion, but they felt like there were some key item basically missing, and they actually trying to find hey, is it really true? Is it not? What are we missing? And the reason why is, unfortunately, like I said, they jumped the bandwagon. And I kind of gave my opinion, my voice on Twitter saying it was a disappointing decision that what happened, why they removed Roger. And, giving thanks to Harada, he actually replied to my Twitter. And he basically just said the most thing that he said to a lot of his fans, that, no, I didn't really say that. There's more than meets the eye, basically. That's what the gist of it is. And basically, kind of get what's happening, I guess I'm gonna guess is I'm lost in translation, because what in the article someone basically said, or translated, they said because of a certain video that made them move Roger on Tekken 7, but then he basically said that's not what it meant. there was no like. I mean, right now, no one knows the reason why. So I kind of felt bad because every time there's some sort of controversy, people do tend to give their voice. I mean, it is within the right, but you also have to understand the culture. So I mean, so I gotta give Harada a break, or give him a break. So yeah, to Harada, do apologize for jumping the bandwagon. I thought it was like the article sounded legit, so I said kind of disappointing. Just voicing my opinion. That's all it is. Hopefully, maybe this gets sorted out. Maybe he'll be back. He'll actually be in Tekken 7. If it's not, it is understandable. You probably have your own reason. So I just want to apologize in this video. So there you go. And also to Sensor Gaming, thanks for the info. When I saw that video, kind of gave me more of, kind of like seeing more, like, I guess the word is more to it than meets the eye. There was more to it. Let's just say that. So yeah, I kind of jumped the bandwagon there, jumped the gun. So whoopsie there. So again to Harada, apologies. So I mean, like I said, I respect the guy because not only am I a fan of Tekken, I love to play the game for fun, but he also convinced Namco Bandai to bring Project X Zone 1 outside of Japan. There was rumor that it wasn't gonna come out. He trying to convince them, even a lot of his friends, including Ono, trying to convince a lot of companies to bring the game out outside of Japan, and there you go. Harada was basically, from what I heard, he was the one that led the charge for it, so thank you. So yeah, like I said, it's an apology to Harada, so sorry. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah, so I did an apology video to Harada about that. I kind of, to some extent, felt bad that I kind of went overboard, but I was just like, come on, man, Harada, you know better than this. But apparently, from what I understand, again, this is in the past. This is during Tekken 7, maybe Season 2 or Season 3, I don't know. He didn't know about the culture. He didn't know about the significance about that video, the viral video about it. He just said, oh, well, it's a video. And probably upper management, the executive from Namco Bandai said, yeah, let's not put in Roger Jr. because if they're going to talk about this particular video, we don't want to deal with it. And to some extent, the Japanese, they don't want to deal with political, controversial issues. They want to stay away from it. That's why. So that one, I kind of went too far. But I still hope that Roger Jr. would be in Tekken in any shape or form. But chances are, there was an article that he did say that they have to be really, really selective when it comes to DLC character. One of the characters they said that will never come back is Eliza, which is the vampire. She was in Tekken Revolution, the free-to-play Tekken game. Okay for what it is. I mean, you get to play Tekken for free. And they put us the DLC for Tekken 7. But the data said that nobody played her. So, well, why should we develop a character if nobody's going to play them? It's going to be a waste of resource. Understandable. Chances are with Roger Jr. probably the same suit. That maybe only a Slim Few is going to play Roger Jr. Because I don't even play Roger Jr. But at the time, I just want Roger Jr. in the game just to see, hopefully, that Harada, the Tekken team, and Namco Bandai basically go 180 with their opinion about it. Not to be apolitical, rather be political, but again, that's in the past. So that's why I did a video apology, because to some extent I kind of felt about what it is. Because if you're following right now, especially with Tekken 8 Season 2, Harada and Michael Murray are getting shed on to some extent, to a point that they're reacting to some extent not standard to what a company should do, but repeated offense, again, people don't like it, gets frustrated, how the rules go. So, I don't know. So, I just want to share that one, sort of a look back that I kind of called Harada for Roger Jr. because that was really, I hate to say it was a pathetic reason for him to basically say why Roger Jr. won't be in Tekken 7. Kind of went too for a bit. I know a lot of people did. I know it was rectified. I know somebody who's well respected in the Tekken community can explain to Harada the story of what happened. And then Harada did say, like, oh, I get it. So he didn't know at the time. Now he's learning. So props to that one. But it is what it is. All's well, ends well. That's what people would say. And as for Roger Jr. being in Tekken, once again, probably it's not going to be anytime soon, because if the character's not popular, what are the chances of them developing the character for Tekken? Just saying that. Anyway, there you go. My thoughts on the silhouette, especially with Tekken 8. They're changing the rule. They are going to be revealing more characters. probably once season 3 is going to come out. So that's going to be, again, like I said, 2026. Because they're already starting with Tekken 2 right now. Anna's out. Falcon Jit Summer. Armor King this fall. But at least they are now changing the role. And that's for Roger Jr. It is what it is. I know everything's been square, but I just kind of felt bad at a time when I did that one. So anyway, with that, I'll see you guys later.